What is up, YouTube? If you didn't know, my name is Twebs, and today I'm not bringing you guys a Black Ops 2 gameplay commentary. Today I'm bringing you guys a Call of Duty Ghosts gameplay commentary. So basically, what you're going to be seeing is actually two games. Crank goes by pretty fast. For those of you who play this game, you guys probably know that. So because they're only about 5-minute games, 4.5, 5-minute games on average. Decided I'd put two into one video to kind of, make it a longer video, or kind of like an average length video for me, I guess. Um, and in this, I was also playing with some guys from the Dougie clan too. I was playing with Pooch, Spida, and the Best of Life. We were just kind of playing pubs, still trying to get a feel for the game, everything. And then me, Pooch, and Spida actually played Extinction afterwards, and that wasn't as bad as I thought. I'm not really a big fan of zombies, um, or the survival thing, whatever that Infinity Ward did in Modern Warfare 3. But I thought Extinction was pretty fun. I don't know how much I'm gonna play it, but it's definitely pretty. It was a good addition that I think they made. And you're not like forced to play it or anything, so it was a pretty good thing for them to add in my opinion. Um, Basically, what I want to talk about though is just what I think about Ghosts so far. Um, there's been a lot of talk amongst Twitter users and just like the Call of Duty community about this game, and I just kind of like wanted to put my 2 cents in, talk about some things about the game that I just think should be discussed. So basically, I'm just gonna kind of do a pros and cons. I'm gonna start with the pros, and then I'm gonna go to the cons because there are quite a few more cons in my opinion than there are pros. So starting with the pros, um, the main thing that's good about this game is that there's not a lot of bullshit and the guns are all pretty useful. So no one single gun except for the MSBS, which is a 3-round burst assault rifle, which is literally one shot 9 times out of 10. But other than that weapon, every gun is pretty well balanced with every other gun. There's no like one specific gun that outweighs everything else. So I use the SE 2010, the assault rifle right now, but you can use like the Remington is another good assault rifle. There's kind of like an ACR remake, which is pretty good, which I think has like a laser sight built on it. Um, so yeah, the guns are pretty good in this game. At least I think so. And the snipers feel really good. And I guess that's kind of the second point, is that the game feels very good. The movements are good. The guns are good. The way that you shoot feels good. The way that the bullets connect feels pretty good as compared to Black Ops 2. The snipers feel good. I was having some fun sniping, um, and I think that's pretty good. So yeah, stuff like that I'm enjoying about the game. But other than kind of like the way that it feels and the fact that the guns are relatively balanced, that's pretty much all. Those are pretty much the only positives that I have about this game, to be quite honest. Um, I have a lot of things that I don't like about this game, and that I don't think I'm going to like. So to start off with, the maps are all way too big. I think that's something that a lot of people are complaining about. The size of the maps. What people are saying is that the maps are so big because for the next gen consoles, everything's going to be 9v9. So I don't know if that's going to be like its own playlist, or if you can still play 6v6, or if everything's going to be 9v9. But if that's the case, it makes sense. That being said, Call of Duty has always been 6v6 really in pubs, unless you're going into like ground war. Um, oh, one other thing that I forgot to mention in the pros is the sliding feature. I really like that. The leaning feature, like, it's whatever. Nobody really does it. The sliding feature is nice, but that's another movement thing. But anyway, back to the cons about the maps. Uh, they're just too big. They have so much stuff going on and so much clutter that's really unnecessary. Um, and overall, they're just not really good maps, like, period. Um, so that's one of my complaints. Another complaint is that a lot of people have talked about is you die way too quickly in this game. It only takes a couple bullets really from like an AR, or a couple bullets hip fired from like an SMG to kill you, which is incredibly different compared to Black Ops 2. I personally, Black Ops 2 has been my best Call of Duty so far. They're the one that I was best at, and I think part of the reason for that is because I don't have a great first shot, but afterwards I can hit most of my shots. Um, so like if I'm running around with an MSMC in Black Ops 2, I can get more kills because I don't really have to worry about connecting that first shot because I know I can make up for it with a couple other shots as long as I connect on those. Um, I didn't really like Modern Warfare 3 because of how fast you die, and I'm not really liking this game because you die even faster than you did in Modern Warfare 3, so you don't really have a lot of chance to react to people. But I understand what they're doing with this in those because they're trying to make it kind of newbie, the game newbie, which I'll get to in a second. So I really don't like those things. Another thing that I'm really not liking is the game types, which also a lot of people have complained about. I think cranked is a pretty good game type. I think it's definitely something that was good for them to add. It was a good new game type, but other than crank, there really aren't that many good game types. Domination is domination, but I mean it's domination. It plays the exact same, but that's nothing new. They took out demo, which I'm not a fan of because demo is a fun game type to play every now and then. There's no more CTF, which is people have made a big deal about that, and CTF is just a classic game type. They have to include a patch to make a public search and destroy playlist, which is just absolutely ridiculous in my opinion. Uh, just like the fact they didn't think to include search and destroy, which has literally been in every single Call of Duty since like COD 4, I think. Like they didn't have a public place for that. And in search and rescue, you can be in party chat, which that just absolutely blows my mind that they didn't have that playlist. And then also the other new game, Blitz, it's not a good game type. It's basically just can you run fast to a point. Like that's it. There's no real skill involved with it. And kind of going from that, the another thing I don't like about this game is there's just a complete lack of competitive support or support for competitive, which is you guys know something that I'm really big on is competitive Call of Duty, and they just decided not to support this game competitively really at all. Like I said with the patch, they have to include a patch that way you can play 6 rounds instead of 4 or 8, and that way you could change the timer to a minute and a half and not 2.5 minutes and keep it there. Um, Sorry, shut the mic off there. My bad. Uh, they just didn't take into consideration really the desires of the competitive community, um, which which kind of bothers me that Infinity Ward, they saw the success that Black Ops 2 had, and then they just decided, no, we're just gonna, not really acknowledge that, and then just do our own thing, which I'm not really a fan of. I'm trying to think of anything else that I don't like or like about these games. Um, oh, another thing that I don't like is the fact that there's no theater. Um, you guys probably remember from my Black Ops 2 commentaries that I did, the commentaries that I did. A lot of those were recorded out of theater because I'm not always recording with my Elgato, just like when I'm playing. But now I kind of have to. An example of me, not liking this is actually earlier today I was playing, and I got a KEM strike, which for me is unbelievable because in the time that I played Call of Duty, really the first Call of Duty that like I played was Black Ops 1. In that time, I don't think I've ever gotten like the significant kind of kill streak sort of thing. Meaning, I never got a MOB in Modern Warfare 3, and I never got a nuclear medal in Black Ops 2. So for me to get a KM strike was like I was freaking out about that because it's 25 straight gun kills, right? Uh, it's like support kill streaks I think on just so that way I could like keep my ammo going. But like I can't go back in the theater and record that. Like I could show you guys a picture of the scoreboard and whatever. The fact is this my longest streak is 26 kills. But like I can't go get that gameplay now. And people are saying like, oh well, make sure the connections aren't as bad because not everybody's always or people aren't always recording on theater now. And I still think that I don't think like the always recording theater was the reason that like Black Ops 2 had a bad connection. I just think Black Ops 2 had a bad connection in the game. I don't really think it was due to theater. Um, so yeah, that's another thing that I don't really like. So for me though, just like in general, the cons outweigh the pros. There are definitely a couple things that I'm missing in terms of cons, um, but they're just not coming to my head right now. Um, if I remember the things are kind of, we're only a couple days into this game to be quite honest. So I'll probably revisit this topic in a couple weeks time to kind of like give like an updated view on what I think about things, and especially giving them time to include patches and stuff to kind of change the game up. But for right now, I don't really like it's a little fun to play, but it's not Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 is a far better game. I feel like they made this game for the lowest demographic. They made it so any noob could play this game. And I just don't really like when Call of Duty is made that way, although I know that's how they make their money. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this commentary, make sure to leave a like down below, comment, subscribe to the channel for more content. I'll be sure to be posting more Black Ops 2 gameplay, or not Black Ops 2 gameplay, Ghost gameplay. But anyway, this has been Twebs. I'll see you guys later.